Good Sunday morning to everyone. I'm reminded of that song. It says, I don't know who it's by, but take it easy like Sunday morning or something like that. So let's take it easy in this update, and we're not going to go too hard. We're going to actually just look at a few things because yesterday we did our Precip. I believe we did the Canadian model. So today we're going to do the Canadian model. Yesterday we did the Temps. Today we're going to do the Precip. So let's take a look at that. So we're going to take it month by month all the way into winter. So we're going to start off with August, just to get a glimpse of the next 6 months in a systematic order. August, which is good the way this looks because we need rain for the west. There's a lot of wildfires going on there. I saw in the news. September, the rain shifts from the west and it moves to the east. So again, a coast-to-coast pattern, which is kind of what I'm predicting for this winter, a coast-to-coast snowfall pattern, as well as a cold pattern. So there's your September rainfall outlook. Precip. October, that's interesting right there. Let me tell you why in a second. As I get my, my therapeutic coffee cup. We actually have a cup that says coffee is my greatest therapy or something like that. Coffee's my therapy mug or happy mug or something like that. My mom has one like that. But this one says nothing, it's just red, so oh well. Alright, so here's October. This is interesting because this is when the subtropical jet starts getting activated. So as you can see it there in the southeast. In the west, you see that increase of precip. So that's an indication that, okay, we're seeing some El Nino activity go on in October in the USA when we get that subtropical jet starting to kick up. And here's November. Again, that subjet's there clearly. Then we go to December. Again, that subjet is there. Notice a little bit of dry air to the north, which is typical for an El Nino. January, again, we have that subjet. So we are going to look at a little bit of temps because now that we have our precip, I want to kind of see if we get anything meshing together that would cause snowfall. Obviously, when you get precip and cold meshed together, common sense says snow. February, again, this is more of, as I've been saying, that more Midwest snowfall pattern where we see a more amplified, expanded view of the snowfall occurring across the USA. So it's not just in a specific area like the subjet areas. Now we're seeing a very snowy pattern set up in February. So again, just to see March isn't really winter, but let's take a look at, we're going to go strictly winter now. We did all those other months that we didn't need to do. So now let's kick it to winter. So here's December precip. Now let's take a look at our December temps. So there's our precip. Here's our temps for December. Okay, so we have enough cold that it would support some snow, a snowy pattern. Nothing too significant pops out though. Let's take a look at January. Now this is where things are cold seasonally, so this is very cold is what I'm saying. Let's go to our precip monthlies. Again, this is supporting a snowy pattern. I would even dare to say the Midwest, because again, this is just pinpointing the areas that are definitely above average according to this model, but that doesn't mean you won't get a lot of snow in other areas. You got to consider that when you're looking at these. Here's February. This is a very snowy month in my opinion. Let's take a look at our temperatures, see what they have, and monthly temperatures. So again, this is cold and snowy. I do think February, as I've been saying, will be the snowiest and coldest month of this winter, followed next by December, the second coldest and snowiest month of this winter, then January. So it's kind of interesting how that all intricates itself and works. But because even though it's kind of interesting because January is like in the middle of the sandwich and the last of all the years in my book, relative to average, but nevertheless, January is always cold and snowy. So with that being said, logically, commonsensically, analytically, this looks to be, off this video, a cold and snowy winter. If I have enough time, if my Bandicam video service doesn't cut me off, because I have a lot of information on it, sometimes it cuts me off without me deleting it. So let's take a look at our pressure patterns we're going to take a look at our monthly pressure patterns for the winter. We're going to start off with December. Um, Again, a lot of low level heights, that subtropical jet to the south, a lot of warm, high pressure, drier air to the north. Makes sense as what we just looked at. In January, again, we have the look, but notice a lot of that lower level pressure and heights are expanding northward. So we're starting to see an indication we might see some snow northward because with low level heights, those are snowstorms, etc. Um, February, that's our big month. Notice we have a big trough in the southeast and in the west. So we have a lot of moisture coming off the west that would interact with our Gulf moisture and all the other moisture in the oceans around us. So that is why February is going to be a very snowy month um, in the Midwest. So with that being said, I do think, we're going to see a cold and snowy winter this year. And I do give you evidence off that. So I could be wrong. I could be right. But again, I'm giving you the why behind the what. So I'm not just making a forecast. And then if I'm wrong, oh well. If I'm right, oh well. I'm giving you reasons and evidence and whys behind what I'm thinking. So this is a scientific channel here. We go in depth as to why it's occurring, which is all about what science is about. So again, it's kind of like this scientific theory. You have a hypothesis, you test it out, you have that why, you test out the why, and then you see if the what, the theory or the result works out due to your why. It's very scientific, analytical, and I consider it an art form. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. Have a happy, blessed Sunday with your families, relatives, and loved ones. If you have church services to go to, hope you have good weather for that. And whatever you're doing today, enjoy your day. Make it a fun day, a leisurely day, or whatever you will. It's up, it's your day, not mine. It's your will. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this update. And if you like long range weather content, specifically, like winter long range content, but any long range content in general, but I love specifically winter and Christmas time updates. That's just my favorite. But anyways, this is Tyler's World of Weather. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Be sure to share this video, to subscribe, and to like or to comment for more long-range weather content off my channel, Tyler's World of Weather. Thank you all for watching. Tyler signing off and checking out. God bless and have a great day. Bye-bye.